I am thinking about Hawaii, the Bahamas, Bora Bora. I am thinking it is really, really time to travel. And when it's time to travel, I really need to talk to Linda. Yes?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I am thinking definitely Caribbean breezes and slushy cocktails in my hand, whether they're alcoholic or not, that's up to you. You know, toes in the sand and the water lapping up at my feet. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm, sounds perfect. Oh, but what about Tahiti? We can add that to the mix, yes?
We can add that
With the huts?
with the huts. They even have, of course, the overwater bungalows. If we're going to do that, we might as well just put the Maldives on there too.
Mhm.
So, got to have the Maldives.
Okay, I'm there.
Let's go.
Welcome to the spotlight, Linda, and your travel hut. This is,
Yes.
this is exciting because every time I see you and your smile and your backdrop, I just like, take me there. I want to go, right?
It's time to go. Let's go. Just
And
jump into
is
the picture.
yeah, and is it really? Is it time to go? Can we travel now?
We can, with some limitations. Now, of course, we're still in the middle of COVID and all that comes with it. Of course, we can't really go to the EU. We can't really go to Europe. There are some places. We can start going to the Caribbean, um, especially if you're fully vaccinated. You can really start going. There are still some quarantines and there are some insurance policies that you have to buy, and the government likes to track you, both United States and the country that you're going in. But it's all minor details if the goal is to get your feet in the water.
The warm water.
Yes, especially if you're going to St. Martin. St. Martin is my favorite, and it's got the warmest water I've ever felt. It's wonderful.
Tell me about St. Martin.
St. Martin, so we went, of course, we were on both sides of the island because St. Martin is owned by two countries, both France and the Netherlands. So Maho Beach is the beach. It's famous for the airplanes are just coming right over the beach. So you look up and there's the plane. So you come in there, and that is on the Dutch side of the island. And I was at Oriental Bay, which is on the French side of the island, and it's just beautiful. I mean, you've got in the background, you see the beautiful blue Bahama water, the deep blue, and just coming up. And when we were there, my son at the time had just turned 6. He hates cold water, and he was in the surf all the time. I could not get that boy out. Oh, it was beautiful. The light brown beaches, the warm breeze, the tropical breeze coming through, the exotic flowers that just gently scent the air. It was wonderful.
It sounds like heaven.
We need to go.
Yes.
Event ensemble field trip.
Now you're talking. But wait a second. Let's back up here for a second. Are you hold on, let me see if I got this right. Are you a travel agent?
I am travel agent, travel advisor, romance travel specialist.
Okay. So we're gonna get into the romance thing in a second. But travel agent, what do I need? Come on. I got Expedia, I got this, .com thing or whatever. What do I need a travel agent for?
So I'm really glad you asked that question. So let me tell you a little story. And this is back in 2005 when we lived in Switzerland for a little bit. And we decided that we wanted to go to Normandy. We wanted to see, my husband is a huge World War II buff, loves it, loves it, loves it. So we were going to go to Normandy and then come back, and I got to see my castles. So we decided, I used one of the online travel agencies because, of course, at the time I was not a travel agent. And I booked a room in Beaune, France, which is kind of halfway between where we were living and Paris. And we were going to arrive at like midnight. So it was really late at night. We have a 2-year-old in the back of the vehicle, and the map on the online travel agent site was wrong, and the address for the hotel was wrong, and the phone number for the hotel was wrong. So I had booked all this through the online travel agent site. I called them. Now it's 12 o'clock in France, but it's probably, oh, let's see, 6 o'clock where they were, 6 o'clock p.m. So I called and I was like, I need help. I can't get this place. And they told me, sorry,
What?
you should have looked into it a little bit more. I'm like,
What?
oh. So
Wow.
luckily we had noticed that we had passed, one of the local chains of the hotels, and we were familiar with them. So we got a room, and again, it's midnight, 12:30 in the morning. Luckily we did that, but I don't want that to happen to anybody at all. It's like that kind of ruins a vacation if something unexpected like that, and that's kind of big. The map is wrong. It's kind of big, and that's something I don't want to happen to anybody. Vacation should be fun. Vacation should be, my 2-year-old son on the carousel at Disneyland, that excited face. That's what a vacation should be, not where am I going to stay? So
Wow, what a story. And a travel agent can help with all of that.
yes. So not only can we make sure that the maps are correct and we confirm usually a couple days before that you have the room, we make sure that you know where you're going, make sure that they know you're coming, and sometimes there's a little extra along the way.
What do you mean by a little extra on the way?
Well, because we get to know a lot of the managers. As
Mhm.
travel agents, we get to know a lot of the managers, so we have personal relationships for them. So sometimes, and not all the time, I'm not going to say it happens every single time. Sometimes we might be able to get you an upgrade. Sometimes,
Oh.
if it's a romantic trip, maybe we can get some champagne into your room, some chocolates covered strawberries. Sometimes we might be able to find these wonderful restaurants that are out of the way, but sometimes those restaurants are the best places to go. And we find out about them because we do have those relationships with the manager at the hotel.
Interesting. Okay, so you're a romance specialist. Does this have anything to do with the fact that you're married and you have kids and that's not what you're talking about, is it?
No, but it does kind of play into it because I'm kind of a romantic at heart. So, but I do love the fact that as a romance travel specialist, a vacation trip designer, we can find those places that you just don't think about, or maybe we can suggest these things. Like if you're going to honeymoon in Cancun, maybe you might want to go visit a cenote with your newly husband or newly wife and go swimming. Maybe it's something you want to go scuba diving at a reef. Maybe you want to, zip line through the jungle. Some people want to do that, some people don't. But we know how to find those places by using the connections that we have and then using the resources that we have on our computer and just designing the most perfect trip for you.
You keep using the word design, which is one of my favorite words because it means that it's not, okay, do you want fries with that? Do you want to upsize that? And it's like, oh my God, can I get just a little personal flavor here? And design usually suggests that.
Yes, well, and we have to because the trip, it's not cookie cutter. It's not like, here's the trip, there you go. We have to take into account what the person or the people want to do. What do they like? What are they accustomed to? Luxury to somebody can mean two different things. For somebody it could be Applebee's, and somebody else it could be, eating at the Biltmore, at the restaurant there. We
Or at the
have to
Ritz.
take that into account. That too. So
That's really important because some travel people are concerned about their creature comforts.
Mhm.
Others are foodies, and they don't want to eat at a
Yes.
chain, and they want to get local cuisine so that they can sample the flavor of that space. And
Mhm.
having someone who is familiar, as opposed to, well, I've got 3 rooms available and one's on the 9th floor, kind of thing. Or, yeah, I've been to that resort, and here are the pros and the cons, and you might like this space a little bit better if you're looking for something that's a little bit more intimate.
Mhm. Exactly.
So I'm on the right page.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And we
Yeah.
take all that into account and a little bit more.
Mhm. All right. So travel agents that used to be everywhere, that are now, most people are trying, and I do emphasize trying, to do it online, but there are still some travel agents out there. Why would we want to go with you, Linda?
Well, with me, I like to have fun with my clients. My clients actually become my friends. And so I get to know them, and it's not a one and done, because the more I get to know you, the more I find out what your likes are. In the future, I can suggest things that I know you're going to love because you've told me about these things. We've chatted about it. Uh, I use my resources for good and not evil. And
I love that.
and I just enjoy it. And you really want to work with someone who enjoys what they're doing. It's not like, oh, I've got this person and they've got to go here. I enjoy it, and I enjoy the relationships that come with it.
Great answer. So I'm thinking about going to the Bahamas or the Caymans or Tahiti. And what's your service going to cost me if you design? Notice I didn't say plan. Design my trip.
So if it's a family trip, it's not going to cost you a dime.
Ooh, really?
It's not going to cost you a dime for me to design your trip.
Okay, and clarify family so that I know what you're talking about. Because if I'm on a honeymoon, that's a family of 2. Is that a family? I don't know.
It is, but I usually put a little bit more into that because I'm working directly with the wedding planner at the resort. And although if they don't want me to do that, then there are things that get taken out. The more involved I am, of course, there is the designing fee, which at the maximum is $250. But if it's, and I say family because a lot of times it's just, we're going to go, we're going to have fun. So let me pull things out. Let me say, oh, you want to do this? We're going to do this. How about this? And then we work back and forth. But my services for family trips, for regular vacations, they don't cost anything.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And that's why you want to use a travel agent or a travel advisor over an online travel agency. Everything is built in. So why wouldn't you want that personalized service over, sorry, you should have looked into that hotel when you booked it.
It's kind of like going up to Starbucks, and instead of them saying, what would you like? And do you want all the stuff, the whipped cream and the caramel and the shake, shake, shake and all that? Instead, they just hand you a cup and say, well, this is what I've got on the counter here. This is for you.
There we go.
Wow. It's like night and day. It truly
Mhm.
is. So what's your favorite travel tip? The thing that I need to know about if I'm traveling somewhere where the sands and the water are warm.
One of my favorite travel tips, and it's a very simple one, is bring a sandwich bag.
Okay, with a sandwich or just bring the
Not the,
bag?
don't, yeah, just bring the bag. I would say the reason why, like, get a quart size actually, but I would say is because you put your phone in it. That way the water doesn't get on your phone, the sand doesn't get on your phone. You can still access your phone, so you can still use the touch. Obviously, you don't want to like talk on the phone, but you can still access everything through the plastic of the bag, but you're saving your phone. And a lot of times on your phone, you've got, you have access to everything in your life. You've got the picture of your tickets, you've got pictures of your passport, you've got pictures of your ID. Of course, you've got family pictures. So bring a plastic bag, put your phone in it, seal it. So when you go to the beach, nothing's going to happen to it. No water, no sand.
That is so smart. You know, brilliant, truly. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking some time to tell us about travel and Linda's Travel Hut.
It was so much fun. Thank you for letting me come on and do this.